Hey everyone, welcome to the Final Cut. Mark the Movie Man here. So glad you could join us today as we take a look at an interesting monster film called The Retreat. It is brought to us by Bruce Wemple, who wrote and directed this story about Adam and Gus, who decide to take a bachelor party trip through the Adirondack Mountains. Yeah, because that's what everybody does, right? They decide to take a hike through the mountains because Adam's fiance didn't want the whole strippers and that type of debauchery going on. So the two go out in the mountains, but there is still a little bit of fun to be had here as they decide to take some hallucinogenics. Well, we know how well that's going to go. Gus soon is plagued by visions of a very creepy Wendigo, and he's dealing not only with those visions, but also the fact that something very nasty has happened to his buddy Adam, and we see how he tries to discern what is reality and what is just all in his mind as that line continues to blur more and more. The Retreat was a lot of fun, namely for the performance of Grant Schumacher as Gus. We mostly focus around this character and we stick with him, and he takes you on the trip of what exactly is reality in the movie and what is all in Gus's head. And they play with that very well. Bruce Wemple really gives you that question, that big old question mark that you have as the scenes jump around. We go from a therapy session with Gus to a flashback to them heading into the mountains to, visions of the Wendigo and the therapist and back. And you're not quite sure where you're at in the official timeline for most of the film. And I liked that enigma of where you're at because it adds to your connection to the character who is feeling the same way. I mean, Gus, you really feel for this character, even though he's kind of a jerk to his friend at times. Overall, you do feel for this guy, and you're taking on this trippy trip with him. The cinematography is done really well in this film, capturing the woods and really, some wide angles and such, catching the beauty of the area while also the terror in the form of the Wendigo, who is a creepy creature. I loved what they did with this creature. You never quite get a full view of what the Wendigo looks like, which always adds that extra element of fear to a creature, having the unknown. And yeah, I really loved the mythology and the design that they came up for the Wendigo. Now, there is some nuance in here as well, which I enjoyed, like the therapist wearing a button that is a rabbit. So if you gather what kind of story is being told, you'll know the significance of why he has a rabbit pin on his lapel. And I thought that was just a nice touch. And there's a few other nice touches in here as well, including art on the wall involving sketches of the Wendigo and such. So the production value and the production design that they had for this film I thought was interesting. You felt like you were out in the woods, and overall I think if you're looking for a bit of a psychedelic trip that involves the Wendigo, you may want to check this out, if anything for the performance of Grant Schumacher. So there you have it, folks. Hope you check out The Retreat. If you have seen it, please leave your comments down below. Love to hear your thoughts about this interesting take on the Wendigo mythology. Also check out our Patreon if you haven't already. We got a lot of great stuff there for very reasonable tiers. Hit like, subscribe, and all that here. Thumbs up as well. I appreciate your support. And until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.